So, welcome to day 4 of our 11-day journey to build our business plan for 2023. Today, we're going to focus on the SMART acronym. The SMART acronym stands for S, specific, M, measurable, A, achievable, R, relevant, and T, time-bound. And S.M.A.R.T forms the word SMART. Let me show you what it looks like as I share my screen here and see if I'm able to do that. Okay, stop share, and I'm going to hit share. Okay, so you can see my screen, which talks about the SMART goals. This chart, this exhibit, is also in your business plan that was loaded to our company Facebook page, and also something we covered in our 2-hour discovery meeting when we talked about setting goals for 2023. So there you see them. So when you look at the materials that were given to you, you can grab the specific example, and on the right-hand side, there is a box where you can write whatever your specific accomplishment is that you want to achieve. How is it measurable? How will you know when it's accomplished? As you can see, A, is it achievable? And how can the goal be accomplished? How are you going to be able to do it? R, is it relevant? Does it seem worthwhile that you're going to do this goal? Now, remember, this is a 1-year goal, but we're going to assess our goals every 12 weeks. So in 12 weeks, you're going to be revisiting each of your specific SMART goals. And it's just not about having one goal. We'll talk about that in a second, because we're going to talk about a specific plan. But after 12 weeks, you want to look at what you've accomplished in 12 weeks. You want to gauge what was good, what was bad, and then you want to pivot to be able to make it successful for you. Relevant, and then time-bound. When can I accomplish this goal? So let me bring up my other chart. So you see that it's written by hand, nothing fancy. And I pulled this one up because I think that having a geographic farm is one of the most important things that you can do in your business. Whether you decide to do it is entirely up to you, not me. So I have here establishing a SMART structure. Okay, so here's a structure of building a geographic farm. I want to tell you, this is almost the example of my using exactly what I did in my business when I was in Bend, Oregon, and before I was a broker owner and running an office. So let's go to the top. So establishing your SMART structure looks like this. First of all, specific. What do I want to accomplish? What I wanted to accomplish was I wanted to establish a geographical farm of 300 homes in the Providence subdivision. Okay, so that was my specific goal. I want to establish my farm of 300 homes. How can I measure that? What do I need to do? What do I need to discover? Well, in Providence, assuming the turnover rate in Providence is 7% a year. And by the way, when you're looking for a geographic farm, you want something between 5 and 10% turnover every year. Now, markets change. We're entering a very challenging market in 2023. 5% may be more realistic. In a market where people are selling, a seller's market, it might be as high as 15%, but 7% is a good gauge to go by. So based on 300 homes times 7%, that means we can, by looking at the statistics from our MLS over a 3-year period, we can establish that if it's 7%, that 21 homes will sell in the Providence subdivision. 300 homes, and 21 of those will sell per year. And it's going to be a combination of listed homes, FSBO homes. There's going to be some combination of renters converting to owners, maybe moving out of a house, but buying another one elsewhere. Okay, is it measurable? Absolutely. It's specific, it's measurable. Is it achievable? Well, to achieve what I wanted to do in my campaign in the Providence subdivision, I established that I needed to go to the door every month of the homes. And I had to have an item of value, not just to knock on a door, for people to roll their eyes, not answer the door, slam the door. I wanted to establish that I was there with something of value to them. Now, the newsletter's a complete another subject. My newsletter had ingredients that were successful in getting people to open it up. And my goal was that they would open it up, that they would take part in some of the posts that were in that, some of the articles that were within my newsletter. One of them was that I had a trivia contest every month, and I gave something away, a $50 gift certificate. And so I knew if there was something of value in my newsletter, people would open it, or not all people, but a higher percentage would open it if they knew there was something in it for them besides great real estate information. So every month, I promised myself that this goal was achievable if I went to the doors with a newsletter every single month. Second of all, I decided to do a summer ice cream social in the park within the Providence subdivision. In Bend, Oregon, pocket parks were very important. And so they always established a park to satisfy the needs of the kids and the families in that area. So, for example, holding a summer ice cream social in the park in July. Next would be in February. I'm going to skip one line. In February, do a door-to-door Be My Valentine campaign. Have something of that's fun, maybe a chocolate that you have with your newsletter, something that grabs attention. So when the husband comes home from work or the wife comes home from work, discussion is, hey, where did that come from? Well, it came from the realtor that stopped by, and here's the Valentine that he gave us, and there's a chocolate or a gift certificate for chocolate somewhere, whatever it might be. Next, I wanted a touch in December because I know that December and January are the months people really think about selling homes. They're really giving consideration to it. So I decided to do a Santa door-to-door candy campaign. Not expensive, but to take some candy dressed as Santa Claus, door-to-door to each house and deliver that. So was it achievable? Well, how can my goal be accomplished? As you can see written there, this is how I decided my goal could be accomplished. So is it relevant and does it seem worthwhile? Well, take a look. My goal year one was to list and sell 3 homes. The average commission in dollars today would be $9,000 per home times 3, $27,000. I figured my marketing cost would be about $3,000 for the ice cream, for the candy, for the Valentines, for the newsletter, $3,000 just to put down as my goal. Now, remember, in week 12, I may look at that and go, gosh, I think it's going to be $5,000, whatever it might be. But my goal was to establish knowledge on what I could expect from it. The focus on converting renters to buyers, focus on rentals. I would hope to convert 2 people from this area every year. That's $18,000. So you can see it's $46,000 minus 3. It's going to be about $40,000 would be my goal in a Providence subdivision if I was there today. Not bad. One campaign, one established mode of doing business as being the realtor that people remember, that being the realtor that is there, that's present, that gives back. So we can look at that. So my 12-month goal is time bound. When can I accomplish this? I'm gonna look at it every 12 weeks. But after a year, I'm going to take a look at it. My hope would be 3 sales and 2 renters to buyers. And remember, about $40,000 is my 12-month goal from one campaign. My 24-month goal would be increased to 4 sales and to 2 more renters to buyers. 36 might be 6 sales and maybe 4 renters to buyers. And you see, you want to build upon this goal. It's pretty simple, right? Whatever it is, whether it's establish a geographic farm, whether it's to work for sale by owners, if you use the SMART example, the SMART structure, I think you can be successful. My recommendation is to have at least 3 areas that you focus on. One can be a geographic farm, one can be FSBOs, one can be door knocking. The structure of a door knocking example is going to be much different. But there you go. You have the outline, and it should be much easier for you to put this together as you build your goals for 2023. Thanks for joining me today.